got my ass kicked yesterday. I was surfing at Playa Hermosa, and we have a pretty good swell coming in this week. And I was out with one of my lifeguard buddies, and there's no one else in the water. Anyway, it got caught inside, and this big set came in, and I managed to punch through the first one. The second wave just picked me up, and you know, I just felt like a tennis ball going over Niagara Falls. It just picked me up and threw me. And kind of midair, I just tucked up into a little ball and put my hands over my head and went with it. And hit the water, and it didn't pin me down on the sand like I thought I was going to. But I was there for a minute or so, and I just relaxed and held my breath, and I popped up pretty quick, actually. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. And I realized later, thinking about it, I mean, that happens, sure, you know, it happens all the time, but it just reminded me how sometimes things just are going to go the way they're going to go, and resistance is futile, if you will. Sometimes the best strategy is just to relax and roll with it. And that's nothing new. I mean, everybody knows that, but it's a nice reminder. And I just started thinking today, how many other things in my life am I doing that with? How many other things am I not just rolling with, that I'm actually resisting and fighting something that's bigger than me, fighting something that I really don't have any control over at the end of the day. And maybe, you know, that's the whole point, is I don't really want control. I mean, what I want to do is interact with that feeling, with that energy. That's why I surf. I go there because I get to be part of that energy and that motion and that power, and feel like I'm interacting with it in a way that I'm not in control. Yes, I'm in control of myself to a certain extent. Yes, I'm riding the wave whenever I can. But it's still going to do what it's going to do. And it's going to be bigger than me. It's going to be more powerful than me. And I think that's not just the thrill that a lot of people seek, but I think that that's part of the reason why we're here in the world, is to be able to participate in a way that nobody's necessarily the dominant player. We might be dominant at different times, or we might be sharing that relationship or trading off back and forth. You know, does this make sense to you? But it's not that, you know, birds saying the same thing. It's not. Each one of us has the opportunity to choose what we want to do in that situation, and each one of us has a chance to participate in it. And we take away what we get. We take away what we put in, we take away what we decide to get out. I feel like I'm talking in metaphors instead of being specific, and maybe that's the case. But I just can't help but feel like right now, today, the big takeaway, the really important thing, is to just allow myself to be part of this thing and celebrate the moments that are great, and pay attention to the moments that aren't, and be grateful. Just straight up be grateful that I get to have the experience at all.